So then, fast forward a couple of years, Allison was probably 4 years old at the time. I'm in my early 30s. There's an opportunity for a VP position. This was going to be my first opportunity for a VP role. I had to do an interview with a industrial psychologist that the company had hired. And we're going through the interview, and I feel like it's going pretty good, you know, and I was all in my business suit and my hair up. I twisted it up at the time. I always wore it up at the time because I wanted to look older. Now I wear it down all the time. But, you know, you do what you got to do. And so I'm in this interview, and I think it's going well, and all of a sudden, the interviewer, who's a man in his 40s, he looks at me and he goes, "How long is your hair?" Now this kind of threw me back as an odd question, and you know, and of course, in that time, I was in HR and organizational development. The position I was applying for was VP of Organizational Development. So I'm like thinking to myself, why is he asking me this? But I came up with a kind of a Laurie Butz type of answer. I said, well, how long does it have to be to get the job? Because I was pretty much willing to do anything. You know? And he looked at me and he was kind of surprised, I think, a little bit about the answer. And then he's just like, well, I was just curious. And I was curious too, but I wasn't going to ask any other questions. You know, he decides, he goes on and he asks me some additional questions. And then at the end of the interview, and this is my last example of a microaggression that we experience as women in the workforce as we pursue our career goals, he said, hey, so what questions do you have for me? And so I had a couple, and the one question that I asked him then was, so what do you see as my biggest challenge to getting this position? And without hesitation, like he didn't skip a beat, he said, you're a woman. And sarcastically, and this probably was, I was thinking this is going in a bad direction, but I said, I was thinking more of something I could do something about.